Hello, I'm Joe from ecommerceplatforms.com. Welcome to our Shopify review, where we give you an in-depth look at Shopify's features, pricing, design potential, and more. Lots of people ask us which e-commerce platform is the best suited for a company just getting started with an online store. The short answer is that Shopify offers all functionality you need. Shopify is filled with tools for launching a site within minutes. Plus, you don't have to worry about self-hosting or buying a domain name from a third party. In that respect, one could call it the perfect out-of-the-box solution built with pricing plans that cater to small starter stores as well as shops that are bringing in millions of dollars in sales. So here we are on the Shopify website. As you can see, you can start an online store directly from there. They have a nice template right here. And while we're on this website, I'll walk through all the pros and the cons of Shopify. And then we're going to walk through things like features, how their customer support works, as well as things like pricing and customer interface. So, what are the pros or the advantages of Shopify? To begin, Shopify is very easy to use and doesn't require any technical skills whatsoever from the user. It's helpful if you have advanced development skills, but that's not really necessary with Shopify. Shopify is ready for anything you might throw at it. You can sell shippable goods, digital products, services, absolutely anything. So Shopify gives you a great selection of store designs. They all look modern and beautiful. And as you can see here, I'm on the dashboard where it's fairly easy to move around, where you can click on things like orders, products, customers, finances, and all that good stuff. Shopify also has a beautiful collection of themes for you to choose from, and they're all preloaded with content. You can get your product collection ready. You can put something like a hero image or a banner at the top, and then set up things like social media and all that good stuff. So they all look modern, beautiful, and are optimized to maximize sales. Shopify is also fully hosted. You don't need to worry about any server-related issues or any maintenance at all. And finally, another pro is that there's 24/7 customer support. Shopify gives you all sorts of resources online that you can get in contact with them, whether it's through the phone, email, or their usual knowledge base. Another pro of Shopify is that they have mobile apps for iOS and Android, so you can manage your store on the go. Another reason we like it is because there's no transaction fees if you use Shopify Payments, which is actually Shopify's own payment processing module. Along with that, there's more than 2,000 apps and plugins available in the Shopify App Store. So this means that you'll be able to integrate with other platforms, integrate with your Shopify store through countless other third-party services, and also add new functionality at the click of a button. It also has an excellent inventory keeping module if you happen to be selling shippable goods. This allows you to import, export large lists of products and view all those products and manage them from one dashboard. Not to mention that Shopify is excellent if you want to do some drop shipping. And finally, one of the main pros or advantages of Shopify is that it is reasonably priced. Everything is packaged into Shopify, so you don't have to think about anything from design to hosting to your domain name. You pay one price per month, and then that's it. You have it all, unless you want to extend to different apps or anything like an integration. But to make it even easier, there is a 14-day free trial, so you can test it all out beforehand and then basically figure out if you want to use Shopify moving forward. Okay, so what do we have to say about the cons of Shopify? What could Shopify improve in the future? One of them has to do with pricing. Well, actually, quite a few of them have to do with pricing. Not so much what the price is per month, but some of the features that you have to keep upgrading in order to get a certain feature. So we're here on the pricing page. So we have basic, Shopify, and advanced. One of the great examples, and we can open the show plan features here. If you want for your customers to be able to leave reviews and ratings for your products, those features are extra paid. You would have to pay for them via extensions. And you're not exactly in full control of your store when it comes to customizing everything. Like if you were to have a WordPress site or a Magenta site, or there's all sorts of other self-hosted platforms, uh, Shopify doesn't exactly give you that complete control. They use a proprietary code. So often you have to, if you wanted to do something completely unique for your store, then you would have to hire a specific Shopify developer. Not to mention, it does have a really great online page builder. However, most of that drag and drop functionality, what many of us have become used to, is reserved for the home page. So you can really customize the heck out of your homepage, but then after that, it leans more into coding or simplified settings. So the design aspects of Shopify are a little bit limited, but that still leaves plenty open for advanced designers who want to get into it with CSS or HTML code. So there is the possibility, but they limit you to primarily the home page when it comes to that drag and drop functionality. And another con of Shopify, again, ties into pricing and just how some features are in the higher tiers. One example would be the professional reporting. Okay, here we go. So reports right here with the first package, the standard basic package, you actually don't get any reports. So that's a downside. And then you get standard reports and then advanced professional reporting. You're going to have to go all the way up to the $299 per month advanced plan. Another problem can be if you are interested in using a different payment processor than Shopify's own payments module. You can see right here that Shopify Payments, they offer that fully integrated into Shopify. Now, most of the time we would say, absolutely, use Shopify Payments. It's the cheapest option. It's so easy to install it on your website. It really doesn't make that much sense not to use Shopify Payments. However, there are exceptions. Some companies find that another payment processor works best for them. So Shopify, they kind of push you into using their own payment processor. However, they support like hundreds of other options. So there is a significant fee for using a third-party payment processor. Whereas with Shopify Payments, there's not a fee at all. As you can see, the transaction fee, if not using Shopify Payments, is 2%, 1%, or 0.5%, depending on your payment plan. Now, the final major con we would have with Shopify is the blogging module. Even though it is offered, so that's an upside compared to many of the other e-commerce platforms out there, you might not even get an opportunity to post blog articles. It doesn't have the most user-friendly interface, and you might find it somewhat challenging to create good-looking blog content on a regular basis. As we can see here, I'm not sure if you do have experience with a platform that's built for blogging like WordPress, you'll notice that this is not even remotely close to that. And overall, it's not bad, but you can type in a title. You do have the WYSIWYG editor, so there is the opportunity to insert anything from text to headings to images, stuff like that. And then you can change things like the excerpt, your search engine listing preview, and a featured image. So it's fairly simple, but it works, and it allows online stores to get content out there to bring in more customers. Okay, so what is Shopify, and why should you use it? After all those pros and cons, comparing it to other e-commerce platforms, why should you use it? What is it? Shopify was founded in 2006, so a while back, and since the launch, the platform has quickly grown from a small player to one of, if not the leading e-commerce platform in the world. It's been rapidly growing over the past few decades, and it is a competitor to platforms like BigCommerce, Volusion, Magento, and WooCommerce. And as you can see here, millions of businesses in 175 countries, over 200 billion USD in sales using Shopify. So it's a huge player in the market. Clearly, there has to be a reason why Shopify has grown to be this popular behemoth when it comes to e-commerce platforms, and it's held a position in the market for more than a decade. And like we kind of mentioned before, perhaps Shopify's main advantage is that it offers a great balance between ease of use and functionality. Um, on the one hand, Shopify is incredibly friendly even for beginner users. You can see here, you can grab any of these templates and just implement it, and you can launch an online store within a very short period of time. In addition to that, more advanced users can access things like CSS and HTML files, upgrade their Shopify plans, and go all the way up to the enterprise plan, which is about $2,000 per month. So if you are a scaling online store, it's easy to move up in those pricing plans, and you can always go out and hire a developer, or you can do it yourself. Okay, so one of the first questions you might have is, how much does it cost? How much is Shopify? We're here to explain all the pricing questions you have. Shopify pricing can be a bit confusing at first, but overall it's not too bad. They have three main plans, as you can see here. It's basic, Shopify, advanced. The basic plan is $29 per month USD. Shopify is $79 per month, and then advanced is $299 per month. Now, it's a little different if you're skewing away from those plans. And essentially, they kind of hide these on their website, but they do have a Shopify Lite plan. And that allows you to add products to any website or blog and accept credit card payments for only $9 a month. Now, that opens people's eyes initially. It gets people excited. But you do have to remember, this is for a very particular type of online store. The only reason you would use the Shopify Lite plan is if you already have a website or a blog and you want to start selling individual products on some of your pages. So it's really for smaller stores. You can copy and paste code from Shopify onto your online store. So you would have a completely separate hosted website. And then that plan allows you to accept credit cards anywhere. You can actually send out invoices and get paid. And then you get all the standard tools from Shopify on the back end where you can manage your products and manage everything from inventory to sales and all the stuff like that. However, it's not a true shopping cart. It does not give you checkout functionality. You're not processing payments through your own domain name. You're actually just putting a piece like a buy button on a different website, which is totally fine. But most companies will need the $29 plan. If we go back here, the basic plan. So that's best for e-commerce businesses with occasional in-person sales. And before we get started with that, it is important to remember that there are two components to your pricing when it comes to Shopify. There is the fee on the Shopify system itself. So that's what we're talking about here is, your basic plan or your Shopify plan or advanced plan. That's what you pay per month to get the entire platform. But then there's also payment processing fees that are a percentage of your revenue. So some newcomers tend to forget that there are credit card companies that they charge usually 2.9% plus 30% of every single transaction that goes through your store. So that will be a cost to run a Shopify store. And Shopify is not actually taking that money, it's going to the credit card companies, especially considering Shopify has its own payment processor and they don't charge any extra fees for that. So let's start with the basic plan here. Like we said, it's $29 a month. You get a full online store. So that's kind of the starting point for most online entrepreneurs, businesses. That's what you want to get, which is an e-commerce website and a blog combined. You get unlimited products for all of the plans. Staff accounts start at $2, and then for every single plan, you get 24/7 support, sales channels such as social media and marketplaces, and then you can also sell from different inventory locations such as retail stores. Moving forward, there are multiple inventory locations, manual order creation, discount codes, free SSL certificate, which is crucial for running a secure online store, abandoned cart recovery. Don't have to worry about that because it's all included with all of the plans. And that essentially allows you to bring customers back to your online store if they have abandoned their cart. So it's one of the best ways to increase conversions, because someone might leave a bunch of products in their shopping cart and close out your website, but then you'll send them an email and say, hey, you forgot to check out. So it really is an amazing feature that's included for free, and that's not always the case with e-commerce platforms. And then you also get gift cards, and that's kind of where it ends with the initial plan, the basic plan. There are some other things down here, like you will get a shipping discount. There are shipping labels as well. And then there are some other things like with Shopify payments, all the plans benefit like fraud analysis. Online credit card rates are pretty low. They start at the standard 2.9% plus 30 cents, which is standard across the board. If you're working with Stripe, Square, PayPal, all of them charge that. One of the key advantages of Shopify is that if you keep scaling up and going to these other plans, you can get things like 2.6 plus 30 cents or 2.4% plus 30 cents. So that is a significant improvement over the industry standard. Some other things to know about the basic plan are that you get international market management. This is all international commerce here, so it is really nice that they provide that for the intro plan. Market domains and subfolders, language translation, currency conversion, and local payment methods, all of which allow you to essentially open other domain names or subdomain names in different countries. So let's say you're in the United States and you wanted to open a separate store in Germany, you would be able to do that with the .de domain name, and then manage your website, your international website, completely separate from your US domain name. Okay, so the Shopify plan, $79 per month. So it is a significant increase in price, but we highly recommend this to most starting stores for a few reasons. One, you get more staff accounts. That's usually a benefit. It depends on the size of your organization. You get a few more inventory locations, but you also get reports, which I'm not entirely sure why they don't give reports for the initial plan, but you need reports if you're going to be running an online store. And then also, we have, again, more of a discount for Shopify shipping. And then additional savings come into play, like we talked about before with Shopify payments. So you get online credit card rates. Those are going to be lower. The in-person credit debit card rate. So if you're running, a physical store, those are going to be lower. And then it's also a benefit if you're not using Shopify payments. You get a 1% transaction fee as opposed to 2%. But other than that, the basic plan and the Shopify plan are pretty similar. The main difference is that you get great discounts moving up, and then you get those reports as well. So that's something that a lot of companies will want, those standard reports. Next up, we have the advanced plan, and that is $299 a month. Again, a huge jump from the previous one. However, there's a reason for that. It's for scaling businesses. It's for those merchants that are going to need support for high inventory rates, as well as just having more people in your organization. So staff accounts, now you have 15. And then inventory locations, up to 8, again, for larger merchants. You also receive advanced reports. So the advanced reports have far more powerful filters and all sorts of tools that for you to customize for your own brand, as opposed to just receiving the standard Shopify report that basically gives you the profit, revenue, sales, and all that. And lastly, at the bottom of this list is a big one. It's third-party calculated shipping rates. So if you integrate with any of those main carriers out there like UPS, FedEx, DHL, whatever it is, then the third-party calculated shipping rates are huge because you want to be able to provide live rates for your customers. So that's one of the main reasons you might consider the advanced plan, is because you want to be able to accurately provide a rate for your customer for shipping. And then you also want to see it yourself so that you can figure out, are we going to be able to afford this type of shipping, or do we have to sell more products to cover that shipping? If we scroll down a bit, you get 2.4% plus 30 cents for online credit card rates. And then it's also a little bit cheaper for in-person credit card rates as well. So not too bad. And then the final few advantages of that advanced plan are going to be duties and import taxes and custom pricing by market. So again, if you really are expanding to those international markets, then it might be absolutely essential to have duties and import taxes factored into your pricing and also have specific pricing for a different market. Okay, then the last price here, the last pricing package is going to be Shopify Plus. And the enterprise plan, it's called Shopify Plus, starts at $2,000 per month. And if you have any experience with enterprise plans, you know that that's extremely inexpensive compared to a lot of the competitors such as BigCommerce, Magento. So this is great. And the first order of business is it actually $2,000 per month? Yes, it does start at $2,000, but that would be a standard setup and the regular integrations. For more complex, higher volume business structures, our variable fee option flexes with your requirements. So you're going to have to speak with a customer sales rep in order to figure out exactly how much it's going to cost your company. But it's a really nice plan starting at $2,000. You get 18% higher conversions with their Shop Pay feature and a 60% faster checkout. They have things like built-in AR, video, 3D media. So if you're really playing around with different types of media, this might be the option for you. And they also have localized shopping experiences with multiple stores, currencies, and languages. So it really is an affordable, good-looking solution for those larger, high-volume merchants out there. But overall, when it comes to pricing, we highly recommend looking at the Shopify plan first. Now, what's great about this is you get the 14-day free trial, so you can test out the most advanced features that you want to. But we like Shopify because those reports are just absolutely crucial for running an online store. Basic is an option. It's absolutely viable, but just remember you won't have those reports, and your payment processing fees will be a little bit higher than the Shopify plan. Advanced is also very useful if you know that you're going to need lower payment processing fees, and if you're going to need some more advanced international features or the professional reporting that they offer in the advanced plan. Okay, so next up, let's look at the overall user interface and the features you can come to expect if you become a Shopify customer. The interface is really easy to use. Once you land on it, once you're all signed up for an account, you actually receive this quick start guide where you can walk through it step by step by finding products, customizing your theme, adding pages, organizing your navigation, adding a domain, all that stuff packed into one. And then your menu is over here to the left, so you can check out orders. One of our favorite features that's included with every single plan is the abandoned checkouts, so you can see all that. And then you can create products, look at customers, finances, analytics, marketing, discounts, and then of course they have multiple sales channels way at the bottom, but you can check out your online store and design everything from your themes to your blog posts and your pages. And then you can also add other sales channels at the bottom here. So right now I have Pinterest, eBay, Facebook, point of sale, inbox. We're selling on all of them. But you would just click on the sales channel button, and that would allow you to add other sales channels, something outside of your online store. So if it were to be, let's say, the buy button or Google, they have a pretty long, extensive list, and you could actually look at more of them to manage your sales channels. They have an extensive list of channels that allow you to bring in revenue from other sources. And that brings us to inventory management. So right here we have our list of products. As you can see, you can manage all of your inventory from one consolidated list. You can filter for things like active products, draft products. You can click on your inventory and then see all sorts of things like incoming, committed, SKUs, available products in your inventory. And they also allow you to create collections and sell gift cards. And then if you wanted to create a product. That's probably what most of you are here to do. You would click on the Add Product button, and then it's definitely one of the most powerful product creators in the entire industry. You can create a title, description, you can set all the sales channels that you want to sell that item on, and then you can include media, pricing, inventory, shipping, customs information, everything down to the search engine listing information. So let's look at one of the actual products we have in here. And once you have all of these elements into the product page, so we have a couple media items, we have options, product variants are very important. So like yellow color, people can choose extra small, small, medium, large, whatever it is. And then you can always preview that particular page and see what it looks like. So you don't have to worry about design because it's all built into your theme. And then, a customer can come to your website and choose the particular product variants, add it to their cart, buy it now, share it on social media, and then you can also implement all sorts of other cool tools such as like related products or links to your other pages. You can also implement reviews and ratings so customers can come to your website and see exactly, do other people like this product and should I buy it? Okay, so some other features we really love. You can add pages very quickly. So, if you wanted to add an FAQs page or something like a shipping policy, that's all provided. They actually give you templates for shipping policies and privacy policies. And then you can also work in your navigation, so your menu item, just to allow people to move around your website a little easier. And then Shopify also has a domain adder. So if you needed to buy a domain or transfer a domain over from another place, that's all possible. And then we talked about sales channels, but what about payments? The main option, as we discussed in the pricing section, is Shopify payments. So you can set up Shopify payments almost instantly and collect payment methods such as credit cards, Apple Pay, Facebook Pay, Google Pay. There are so many options that you can provide to your customers so they can pay the way they want. And then they also have other supported payment methods such as PayPal, and Amazon Pay. And then there's also manual payments such as bank deposits, money orders, cash on delivery, all that down at the bottom. And then if you don't want to use Shopify payments, there is the option to integrate with hundreds of other payment processors. And again, this requires an extra fee, but there are options like To Checkout, Braintree, checkout.com. There's a huge list of them, so you can choose from any one of those. Outside of that, there are all sorts of other settings you can set up with Shopify. Some of the most important ones are going to be the shipping and delivery settings, as well as taxes and duties. But essentially, the shipping module offers options to set your rates, custom shipping rates. There are also integrations for shipping labels for carriers like DHL, UPS, USPS. You can see you get discounts for those shipping labels. You can print them out from your own label printer. And moving forward, taxes and duties. It's possible to link up taxes and duties for certain countries and regions. For example, we have Illinois set up here. You can type in the sales tax ID and work with things like tax overrides and shipping overrides. So it's all built in there. And then towards the very bottom, you have the opportunity to set up tax calculations. So you can make it so that all prices include tax so that your customers actually see that they're going to have to pay for this tax. You can charge tax on shipping rates or charge VAT on digital goods. And last but not least, I wanted to just give you an overview of themes and apps that are from Shopify. Now, they're really the foundation of Shopify, kind of like an iPhone where you can just keep adding apps and create a template from scratch or pull a template from a different developer so that you don't have to really do anything in terms of design or expanding your business. So, for example, you could customize your theme and I just want to give you a brief look into the customizer because it is very powerful. There are some downsides, but overall, if you're going to be customizing the front end of your website, um, everything is provided on the left here. So if you wanted to adjust your logo, if you wanted to adjust your tagline, and all of these settings depend on the theme that you choose. So you will see some different settings if you were to choose a different theme than what I have right here. And this is just a very basic website, but you can include all sorts of sections, adjust your sidebar, include a featured collection with all of your products here. And then some of the sections include blog posts, collection lists, featured banners. And then what's great is we can go around here and drag and drop different sections so that they move to different locations. So if I wanted to move my featured collection down a bit below this rich text module, then that's possible. But that brings us to the themes, and that you often don't need to customize your website that much if you choose the right theme. Their theme collection is filled with hundreds of templates to get your website started. They have all sorts of collections, such as for small catalogs, large catalogs, selling internationally. They have them organized by industries, like food and drink, home and garden. Let's look at pet supplies here. And then every single one of them has several, I think they call them presets. Yeah, presets here. So like Bloom, that's what one of them looks like. And if we change it to the Inspire, it looks completely different. This is not even a pet store anymore. It's for a shoe store. And then we can also change it to Spark. You can kind of scroll through every single feature set and see that, like, oh, this theme is designed for high volume stores. You can adjust editorial content. They have cart notes and blogs and promo pop-ups and merchandising options and product discovery, like a mega menu. So that's not included with every single theme. So we definitely recommend looking through the features for every single one of those themes. But other than that, I mean, these themes are some of the best in the industry. I mean, they come out with new ones all the time, and it's really just nice so that you don't necessarily have to have design skills to create a beautiful professional website. And last but not least, the Shopify App Store is another one of those items that makes Shopify what it is. It's extendable. You can you might already have your website built, ready to go. Let's say there's a feature that's not necessarily built into Shopify. Well, that's when you turn to the App Store. So you can search through here. They have their popular options. You can add a Facebook channel, Google channel. These are all the sales channels. Those are actually apps. But then you can add things like email marketing, sourcing and selling products. So if you wanted to drop ship items, it's all here for you. As you can see, there are categories. You can search for store design, merchandising, marketing. Everything gets very specific here. One of my favorites for apps is fulfillment, because like, where are you going to get your products? So you can look at fulfilling orders, inventory planning. Let's look at fulfilling orders right here really quick. They have very high profile options like ShipStation, Shippo. Those are all, again, industry standards that you can integrate directly into your store, and then your products get synced as you make sales, as you ship them out. All right, so that's Shopify. Let's answer the main question that's probably lingering. We've touched on it a few times, but who is the Shopify e-commerce platform built for? Overall, it works for beginners, intermediates, and advanced users. The ones that are looking to speed up the development process by not spending much time on code or more complicated processes. It's for both types of people, both types of merchants, companies that are looking to build their stores, whether it's with very complicated customizations or very simple choosing a theme and then publishing it to start selling products. We also like it for business owners who simply want to introduce an e-commerce component to their existing website. So you could use that introductory $9 plan, especially if you want to start selling digital goods, just maybe a handful of products to your followers or current customers. And what's great about Shopify is that it's really easy to start with. You literally only have to sign up, go through a couple of settings, and your store is going to be up and running online, collecting payments. It's all ready to go. And what comes afterwards is also equally user friendly. You can customize your design, add products, set the payment details, even install new features through apps in the Shopify App Store. We would gladly recommend Shopify to pretty much anyone who wants to sell online. Plus, there's a 14-day free trial available, so you don't have to commit until you're absolutely sure that Shopify will work for you. Anyway, thanks for watching. Be sure to like the video and subscribe to the ecommerceplatforms.com channel, and good luck with your e-commerce platform search.